Okay, welcome everyone to the latest edition of Swearing at Broken Cars. And this week, of course, we need to start with the latest excuse for having not done a video last week. And this time, it's because I'm on holiday. I had to go to Gamescom in Cologne to present and, the dog ate my homework, sir. You'll remember that last time, to actually get the Vincent to run, having apparently solved the carb flooding problem, you notice the use of the word apparently there. It's a spoiler alert for the rest of the episode. Anyway, the first job was to properly fit the fuel regulator we roughly bodged into place last time. Fortunately, there is a really solid mounting bracket for the electric fan, and really conveniently, the regulator itself comes with a small bracket that bolts onto it, so you can then drill it out to fit to a bulkhead or similar. However, in this case, we needed to put a 90-degree bend into it so that we can bolt it vertically to the fan mount, but still have the regulator level. Now, the eagle-eyed amongst you might have also noticed that I'm doing all of this work in a lock-up shipping container. And sadly, that's the case because all my other garages have other nearly finished projects cluttering them up. The big downside of this is I only have hand tools available and nothing like a vise for bending brackets over. So, frustratingly, I had to lock everything back up and drive 15 minutes across town to go and spend 30 seconds in my workshop bending a bracket. Actually, to be honest, it was probably more like 2 minutes as I decided to drill out the second bolt hole, but you get the idea. After that, it was back to the car, unlock everything, and then it was time to mount the bracket. I drilled the extra hole in the bracket only 4mm, as that makes it easier to drill a pilot hole in the bracket. But having got that done, I could then open up both holes to 6mm and get it bolted in. Now for once, and unusually for this channel, I'd actually planned ahead and remembered to bring an extra 6mm bolt and nut to connect everything up, and I was able to also use the existing bolt that holds the fan on. I then needed some slightly longer fuel hose to get everything plumbed in, but one thing to be very careful of is to ensure that the new fuel hose is of the appropriate standard to handle E10 fuel. There is a lot of non-standard hose out there on sites like eBay and Amazon, so watch out. If you use the wrong hose, it'll be fine for a bit, but after a while, E10 will dissolve the hose from the inside out. Your carbs or fuel injectors will get gummed up and you'll start getting fuel leaks. So anyway, I got all the pipes connected up, stood back and folded myself into the world's smallest cockpit. Seriously, this car is tiny inside, and fired it up. So did it work? Well, initially, yes. The fuel pump primed, and so did the carbs. Great news. No leaks, no problems. Apart from one slight problem, that the car ran for about a minute and then died. Weird, I thought. Probably just got the choke in the wrong position. So I fired it up, and it ran. For about 20 seconds this time. This pattern repeated itself a few times before I came to the conclusion that the carbs had now gone from flooding to being fuel starved. If I let the fuel pump run for a bit, it slowly refills the fuel bulbs in the carbs, but not enough to keep up with the engine. What this means is that yet again, the carbs have to come off so I can adjust the fuel flows. And this is a major pain because two of the nuts that hold on the carbs are an absolute bitch to get to, but hey ho, there really wasn't a choice. Now, setting up carbs is fiddly at the best of times, and there are all sorts of calibration settings you need to get correct for things to run properly. And the critical one in this case is that the highest part of the floats should be 16 to 17 mil above the body of the carbs, with the carb upside down and resting on the closed needle valve. So what was my setting? Well, interestingly, it was actually 19 mil. So whilst you wouldn't think it would make that much difference, it clearly was. So some gentle bending of the floats had both of them back adjusted down to 16 mil, and everything went back together, combined with some gentle swearing at the near impossible to get at nuts. Now, I would at this point love to play the audio of what happened when I fired up the engine. But sadly, it turns out I'm a complete idiot, and I managed to record the audio of the music that I was listening to at the time, and as I don't want a copyright strike on my channel, you have to take my word for a fact, it ran. Of course, if you want to, you can make brum brum noises at this point, if you want the realistic noise. So anyway, I hear you ask, where is the video of you driving the car? Well, the car did run, but not perfectly, so I think I need to check the timing and similar, and let the car run up to temperature. Then, assuming that all works, I promise you will eventually see me driving an actual car. I'll see you next time.